on the one hand, I want to destroy my computer. On the other hand, that would be almost $200 wasted. And that's $200 I really don't have to replace my laptop. I have one video left. And the computer is just... I get the videos put together. I get them edited. And then I get to the point where I need to upload the video from the computer onto YouTube. If I don't actively have YouTube on and running, it won't upload the video. So, I'm taking a small little break. I have one last Keep 2019 video from Amped Guard to do. That's it. And then I have the Keep videos done. Unfortunately, I haven't been getting invited out to very many LARPs. It's not so much me not getting invited, it's people going, we shouldn't have to invite you because we don't want you to feel like you have to go along with it. And I'm looking at it going, well, I have a work schedule where I normally get scheduled to work Saturday and Sundays. If you guys want me out there, I need to know when they are. And I'm not just going to assume it's okay to show up, because 9 times out of 10, I have done that in the past. I bring the camera out. I go to do my video recording, and a dozen people go, I'm not okay with being on camera. Okay. Would you be okay going over here so that I can... No. Well, I can't be the jerk that says... So... It turns into one of those things where I now wasted my time, wasted my money, and... yeah, it's a good video lost. So anyway, I decided I wanted to take a break, little break, and I had an idea. This has been an idea that's been in the making up here for a very, very long time. Years ago when I was a kid, I was with my uncle and we were out at a building that he was having renovated. He had hired a contractor to do it. One of the things they had found was a busted axe. And when I say busted, I mean the head was missing. I'm assuming it got thrown away. And what was left was a piece of wood. They just never got around to throwing it away. That was this. Now, unlike how it looks right now, it also had a wooden spike that came out to about here, I want to say. As a child with a medieval fantasy mindset, I automatically thought wooden stake, i.e. a vampire hunting tool. Perfect. I picked it up, I start playing with it. My uncle looks at me and says, you like that stick? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Is it okay if I keep it? He goes, you want me to chop that busted pointed end off of it? No, it's fine, it's fine. Here, let me go ahead. No, it's fine. It's like, Zzz. Thank you. Okay. So as time went on, I got to looking at this, and I remember past movies and stuff where they had a long-handled weapon with a blade on the end of it of some kind, and I thought, what would make... I'd like to put an axe on it, but that just... But at the same time, a blade that comes up and out would be cool, too. I don't know what the heck I want to do. Simultaneously, I was looking at this end of it and thinking, well, with the shape here, it'd be cool if it had like a spiked end, like a scythe on it, and you could like hook in. The imagination went way wild, but the idea of having the blade here kept coming out to mind. And when I was in my final year of high school, we were on spring break. We went to Richmond, Indiana, and I was in a knife mindset where I was buying knives. Now, if you knew anything about me when I was in high school, me and knives didn't get along, and people reminded me that all the time. That didn't stop me from buying knives, though. One of the knives I bought was this Bowie knife. Now, the more I got to looking at this knife, the more I got to looking at all these edges here, especially like right there where you see that rust. You see that? Right there on the tip. And then I was seeing other things like how the side of the blade looks and everything. There's chips up here. Just in general, overall maintenance. I mean, it's even got rust right along here. And then you look at the handle. You can kind of see how I almost thought somebody like forged this, built it and put it together. Because if you know anything about YouTube, yes, people do this. People do this. They actually make knives. And I got to look at it and I was like, it's not a bad knife, but of course this would probably look better if it was like that. And that was kind of the idea I was going for, was that. Except I don't want to do it on this. The more I got to looking at this, the more I'm like, it's solid, yeah, but it's just, I like the weight of it right now. I'm familiar with it. I like it. I don't want to change and alter the weight of it. You know what I mean? So, a while back, if you follow me on Facebook, you knew about this. I had a tree in the front yard break down because the inside of the tree had rotted out. We had a nasty storm and the branch just and fell. And me being me, okay, grabbed the axe and I went out there and I started going to town on it. Well, the axe head broke off. Wooden handle. Axe head broke off. So I drive out to the store, I buy a new axe, I get the old head out, and I cleared the head of the original axe, and I ended up putting it on a hatchet handle. So I have an oversized hatchet handle with an axe on it. And I wanted to do something to feel like I didn't just waste stuff, and I haven't. I reused all the stuff I could find from the original axe. I still have the handle. And that is right here. Now, aside from needing to figure out how to get this ink off of here, I'm thinking like maybe a varnish or something. But overall, this is still a solid piece of wood, and I'm familiar with the weight of this, but this is still relatively new, as opposed to this that I've had for, I don't know, 15 plus years. I'm too used to that weight. I'm too used to that particular stick, handle, piece of wood, whatever you want to call it. This, however, I've got plans, I've got thoughts, I've got ideas. And I was thinking, given how this looks, if you were to put this blade somewhere right there, how cool would that look? Seriously, how cool would it look if you had that blade right there on this? Would that not be the coolest freaking thing ever? Right there. So I think what I want to do is, it's not LARP oriented. However, this is a stepping stone to something that is LARP oriented, if you just bear with me. I think I'm going to cut right down the middle here, just deep enough for the handle of this, the tang right here, to fit into. Then I'm going to take advantage of the pieces here. These wow, I can't remember what they are. You know what I'm talking about. These little brass pins right here. I'm going to take advantage, reuse those if I can. If I can't, well, they're not that hard to get a hold of. But also the holes that are in the tang, and remark them here on the handle, and then basically just turn this into the new handle for this. Obviously, I'm going to need epoxy and stuff as well, but it's a different kind of build. It's something I want to make. just to be able to make it. Take a break from the LARPing and from the crafting and everything. That's what I'm working on right now. Obviously, it's not going to be in this video because we're about 10 minutes and 30 seconds in and I'm just talking. Which brings me to the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. In one of the past videos, the Keep Part 1 video, I talked about having a PayPal account, and I do. I do have it mostly as like a backup in case somebody is selling something at a LARPing game, or if people wanted to send me money for doing this. I put it there as an option. Obviously, I'm not expecting, $5,000 to show up in my account tomorrow or anything like that. That's not the case at all. But one of the things I do want to do is get to the point where making these videos becomes a monetized thing, that YouTube actually starts paying to do this. Why am I telling you this, guys? Well, I need just a little bit of help. Just a little bit. After posting 3 videos from Keep 2019, my subscribers went from 85 to 133, which is awesome. I love it. But they also look at viewed hours. I'm supposed to have like 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 viewed hours in the course of a year or something like that. At the rate we're going, that's never going to happen. So what I'm simply asking is, when you see one of these videos, like it and share it. If one person were to like and share, that's one more like and share that the channel gets. So if each person that sees it just shared the video one time, it's kind of like how if 200 people all donated $1 to a PayPal account, that's $200 that somebody could use towards something else. Does that make sense? Again, not asking for money, don't get the wrong idea. But that's where my mindset is at. I'm not asking for much. I'm not saying you got to drop everything in your life and be like, yes, channel, yes, 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 yes. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I simply just want to be able to designate more time for this. Eventually, as I've stated in previous videos, I want to be able to travel more, whether that's just across the state, across multiple states, different LARPs. There was one in Canada somebody reached out to me about and said, yeah, we'd like for you to come and try it. And I'm like, thank you. It's not going to happen anytime soon. Yeah. But it's that accomplishment of being able to have your own freedom, have your own time available, be able to do things the way you want to do it, all because you're making videos. And that's where I'm at right now. My hope is that by Amped Guard's Keep of next year, I have a night vision camera so that I don't have to use my phone or some other sort of camera with a flashlight on it. I had so many people complaining about that. I am so thankful for all the people who tolerated it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys were so great about it, and you're the reason why I was able to do this video, because none of you complained. I did have one complaint during a combat session, which, as I stated in that video, made no sense. You don't let the higher person say, yeah, it's okay, and then all these lower people say, no, it's not. We're not letting it happen. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Communication, how does it work? But that's all I've got for right now. While you're watching this, I'm probably going to be video recording me working on the axe knife thing. I also have a few shield projects in the works that they're used with recyclable material, still legal material for certain games. Obviously, no 2 items from 2 separate games are necessarily going to be okay for any other game, but I've got shield ideas I'm working on. I've got a few weapon concepts I'm working on. If nothing else, they just look good. And so, yeah. Anyway, the last thing I want to point out is if you see the video, especially if you see it posted on some other social media site, do me a huge favor. Click here on the video, go down to the comment section for this video on YouTube, and leave your comments there. Don't just hit like on like Facebook or Twitter or something. It really doesn't benefit nearly as much as it would if it was on YouTube. So please, I'm almost begging, except I'm not on my knees doing it. Please do it on YouTube. It's more beneficial. It helps me out a lot more, and it doesn't take up a whole lot of your time. Till next time, guys, take it easy. Have fun. Stay safe.